Day 8 begins, and another one bites the dust. So we lost another one. This is like a game of Chicken Survivor or something. We're down to 10 from 12. Last one to survive gets to hang out, I guess. I don't even know what the prize will be. I would just like for them to live. So what I did today, we've learned so much in the last 24 hours. I have separated the chicks. So we have these 5. We have Felicity, Parabola, Fifi, and Fo. Fum is one that died. So I was most concerned about these 2 little chaps right here, and they are okay. To my surprise, I was in my office today and I heard a kerfuffle and came running in here, and one of the, I believe it was one of the ISAs, was on its side barely breathing out of nowhere. We've checked butts. Nobody has pasty butt. I have no idea what happened to the poor little thing. She was barely breathing, and she maybe lasted another 5 minutes, and she was gone. So it was a sudden death. No sign of illness. No pasty butt. She never had pasty butt to begin with. So, a medical mystery. Unfortunately, the medical examiner is not available to do an autopsy, so we don't know what the cause was. Part of our education today came from Rural King. We went there this morning, and they aren't getting any chicks this week. They said that it's very possible that they could get maybe like 50 rainbows tomorrow, but they didn't seem very positive about that. So we aren't able to get these replaced. But they did say that if it takes longer than their return policy allows to get them back in, that they will accommodate. So they're being very cool about it. So the death happened after I came back from there. So I'm kind of glad. I know this sounds terrible, but I'm kind of glad that it happened. You know, they didn't have any, because then I just would have had to have turned around and gone back tomorrow with no chicks. So I probably would have had to have waited a week. Anyway, so I think things are going to work out. So what I did today, because things are strange, these 5 babies are still bitty bitty babies. Now these guys, they popped their wings, as you can see, and they've stopped growing from there. I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. This one right here is probably the most mature of the bunch, but Felicity's got some her wings are starting to sprout a little better, and Parabola, he's got some wing feathers sprouting out here, but their growth is very slow. And again, I think it's because of the pasty butt issue that was going on. The girl at the Rural King said that pasty butt is basically just diarrhea. It means that there's something going on with the chick. It could be a virus, it could be a bacteria, it could be that they got smashed in shipping, it could be a birth defect, it could be an issue where they get that. The way she described it kind of reminded me how a dog gets a twisted stomach. It kind of reminded me of that. So there's like 1,000 different things that can cause pasty butt. She did ask me if any of them had what appeared to be a runny nose. And of course none of them do, not that I've noticed, and now I've been paying attention for that, and they all look pretty dry in the nostril areas. So I said no, and she said, well, if they start getting a runny nose, then that means that it's probably something contagious. So I've been watching them. Like every 30 minutes I'm in here checking them, and I haven't seen that aspect of it. One of these guys, one of them still has some kind of runny poos, and I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in their water, literally like 3 drops. I was worried about that because of the mishap we had with the molasses. Again, I don't know if that's what harmed the little chick. She was pretty far gone by the time I got to that, but I did go ahead and put the apple cider vinegar in there because, again, I read a lot that said that that can help with diarrhea, and the girl at the Tractor Supply agreed. And I've talked to her a couple times down there, and she seems to really know what she's talking about. You know, she didn't judge me like a bad chicken parent, so I'm very thankful for that, because there's enough of that going on, enough self-hate going on. Okay, so here's why I separated the chicks. If you look at this beanstalk brother, you can see, look at those pretty little tail feathers coming out. All right, well, that is missing here, and a little sticking up there. Nothing doing on this fella. Of course, these are different breeds. I don't know if their tail feathers come out the same way, but I'm thinking they must. No tail feathers. Little fuzz. Nothing. Nothing. And then we got that. Okay, so these are the 5 smallest ones. And in my observations, I had noticed that these big bullies were not allowing them to get food, and just being generally unkind, which we don't appreciate. So if you look here, you can see tail feathers, very pronounced tail feathers. And so these guys are growing like mad. So we've got Fiddle, Faddle, and no, that's Lateralus. And then Falco over here being a star chicken. You can see popping little tail feathers. And then this is Jack, and Jack seems to be doing pretty good too, and he's got the popping tail feathers. So I'm hoping that these 5 will be good by themselves in this. They seem pretty content. Got a new feeder. I'll tell you, I actually like that feeder much better than the other one. I think that's what I'll go with from now on. They can't scratch it out as easily because there's more room under where the holes are, like under the feeder itself, so they kind of scratch under it rather than in it. And with that other feeder, that's what they were doing. They were scratching it all out. They've taken a liking to this part of the box right here, like just this little area. It's like it's raised a little bit. It's like a little stage for them. So I put just some loose chicken start down there, and they've been scratching around in it and picking it, and they seem to really enjoy that. They've been perching a lot. But this right here is what alarmed me this morning, and why I did this, because that is not supposed to be happening in any way. That is a very runny poo. They are supposed to look like this. Kind of a dark gray, ash, and white. The white is the urate. So, I know everybody wants to look at chicken poop. But yeah, so healthy poops should be kind of hard, not runny. They shouldn't look like pudding. They should be that color, like the ashy gray and white. And if it's black, that's a bad sign. If it's any festive color, like green or yellow or red, that's a sign of big, big trouble. So, you know, just like babies, you have to check their poop to make sure that they're healthy. That's really the only thing you got, aside from their little cheeps. So I'm going to continue to keep a very close eye on these guys. I've tried really hard not to expect to lose any one of these, or any one of these. Apparently, I wasn't even, like, that little chicken that died today wasn't even on my radar. Like, I looked that little chicken over. There wasn't even a little piece of poo crusted on her butt. So I'm thinking that the ISAs and the Starlight Green Eggers, which is what old Parabola and Felicity were, I think something was up with that hatch. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know that I'm doing my best to keep them alive. Rural King will replace them if they don't. Everybody that I've talked to and everybody that I've cried to, says that it's normal, you know, that losing baby chicks is a normal part of the process, and it's just kind of something you got to be ready for. Um, as far as contagions, the girl at the Tractor Supply said that the only thing that can cause that that's contagious is if you see them with a runny nose. Who knows? Who knows? Can we get a chicken expert on the line? So, 5 healthy, 5 questionable, pasty butt gone. Someone in this box still has some pretty some pretty runny stuff going on. We've got some with some pretty good, solid-looking stuff. I know that Felicity and Parabola are good. It's one of the Beanstalk brothers that's still got the runs, and I don't know which one it is. And right now, I don't have the setup to isolate them individually and figure out who it is that's got the bad poo going on. I'm wanting to see. I got another heat lamp today. I got another food thing, and I didn't get another water thing because I was like, they can probably just drink out of a regular bowl. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to get a third container so I can do some observations and some isolations if necessary, and come up with a way to treat anybody that's ill, because not cool. Not cool in any way. Lateralus, it's okay. Such pretty wings. These little tail feathers poking out. Yeah, I think these guys are going to be good. I think they're going to be good. All right. So just wanted to do an update, let everybody see where they're at on day 8. And then hopefully I am going to call Rural King tomorrow and see if they got replacements. I don't know if I want to do rainbows or not, but you know, it'd probably be the next week. She said that it was too cold, that it's when it's really, really cold that they halt their shipments. So I get that, and I'm glad they do that, because I think that might have been what happened here. Again, it could be anything. It really could. I know I'm doing the best that I can to take care of them, and I'm very confident in that. So, you know, if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. Anything I haven't mentioned so far, anything that they've tried, that they've had success with, that would be muy helpful. So, see y'all later.